What's up, YouTube? Today we're talking eBay, how to make more money on eBay, and how to have a more successful eBay business. So, in this Reddit post on the eBay subreddit forum, which, by the way, if you guys are not a member of the eBay subreddit, I highly suggest you join. You can ask your own questions, get answers there. You can hear answers to other people's questions, and just overall have a better understanding of eBay and eBay business. So, in today's post, somebody says it takes less than 30 seconds to leave feedback, and this is basically a rant about buyers not leaving feedback. So they say it takes less than 30 seconds to leave feedback, yet almost less than half of my auctions end up with buyers who never take the smallest amount of time or effort to do it. How else do I build up my feedback score unless I buy items from other sellers? It takes more effort to bid and purchase an item than it does to leave feedback, yet so many people don't do it. I know it's more frustrating as a newer seller as who has PayPal payments held from them until they reach a certain level of trust. Okay, so you're a brand new seller. Get used to having headaches on eBay. No offense, but seriously, if you get upset about stuff like this, you're going to kill yourself selling on eBay because eBay is nothing but full of frustrations. eBay buyers are probably the stupidest buyers out there, and I say that as an eBay buyer myself. But on no other platform have I run into the number of unreasonable people as I have on eBay. It's just par for the course. So for me, it's worth dealing with the headaches to sell on a platform that brings so much traffic. But I mean, literally, no lie, as far as some of the stuff you're going to run into. Recently, I sold an item at 11:30 at night on a Saturday evening. I had a buyer calling my house phone at 7 in the morning on a Sunday morning asking why they hadn't received their item yet. Well, how about first off, because I don't drop off packages at midnight on Saturday night. Second off, the Postal Service, nor does FedEx or anybody, work Saturday night at midnight. And third off, because nobody gets packages delivered 6 hours after they place the order. But this is the kind of stupidity you're going to run into on eBay. So, as far as people not leaving feedback, I mean, pretty much get used to it. I would say for every 100 items you sell, you'll be lucky to get, say, 3 to 5 feedbacks from that. So the answer to that is sell more items. I understand as a new seller, you oftentimes have your PayPal payments held for either 21 days or until the buyer leaves feedback. So I get wanting people to leave feedback. Quite honestly, just being genuine and asking people to do it, it's not always going to get people to leave feedback, but it drastically increases the chances of them leaving feedback. Now, all it takes is, I bet you're not doing this, but this is what you need to do. Message people, say maybe 3 days after they receive their item. Hey, hope you got the item. Thank you for buying my item. I'm a new seller. I'm trying to build up this account. I would greatly appreciate it if you could take a second to leave me feedback on our transaction. And you know what? I would say that rate of having, say, 3 feedbacks out of every 100 buyers, if you were to do this to every 100 buyers, I bet you could probably get it up to 20 to 30 people per 100 leaving you feedback. So that's quite an increase over 3 people out of 100. Another thing, I mean, don't take it personally. It's nothing to do with your customer service or how you run your eBay store. It's just a world in general. I mean, think about it. Most restaurants, they don't have customers coming up to them being like, you know what, I just wanted to fill out a compliment card and tell you guys how wonderful. In general, in business and in life, most people aren't going to say anything nice. They're only going to say something when they have a complaint. So, whether you're an eBay business or any other business, that's just kind of the reality of life. I get that it's frustrating as a new seller. There are some apps and tools out there, and you can even set up your eBay account to send automatic reminders. So, say 7 days after somebody buys the item, if they haven't left feedback, they'll get an automated email and eBay message saying, hey, thanks for your transaction. Could you leave feedback? And then you can set it to do different things. Okay, 10 days after they still haven't left feedback, send another reminder. 2 weeks and another reminder. Now, to some extent, you can kind of annoy your buyers, and some people may leave you a negative feedback just to spite you. But I think the most effective method is going to be sending just kind of a personalized message. Hey, I'm Jim. You bought my eBay item. Thank you for your purchase. I'm a new eBay seller. I'm really trying to build up this account. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could take a second to leave me feedback. That's all it takes, and I'm sure you'll see your feedback start to spike. As far as buying items as a buyer to get feedback, I guess to some extent it adds some perceived value of you being a more experienced eBayer. I mean, if you have, I do think having 10 feedbacks as a buyer is better than having 0 feedbacks. Period. However, that said, buyer feedback means crap. Buyer feedback means nothing because sellers don't have the option to leave you negative feedback. It's positive feedback or nothing. So in terms of building up your eBay account and your seller ranking and things like that, feedback as a buyer is going to do nothing for you, though it could potentially increase. Somebody's more likely to buy from you if you have 10 feedback as opposed to 0. So that's really the only benefit of doing that. But hopefully this addresses your question in terms of how to build up your feedback more quickly. And definitely check out the eBay App Store or the app icon, and you'll find there's a bunch of apps out there that are intended to increase your percentage of getting feedback. So hopefully that helps. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you learned something. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and stay tuned for more great eBay videos. Thanks, guys.